Hey y'all, so I see a lot of videos about changing oil in your lawnmower, and some people just make such a huge deal out of it, and I just find it kind of funny. And I just, I don't know, and all the comments underneath on how to do things. So I don't know why people nowadays make everything out to be so dramatic or so hard. It just doesn't make any sense to me. You have an owner's manual. We have the internet. We can look things up. It's absolutely amazing, the things that you can find out. And I just don't understand why people, I'm on different forums and people ask questions all the time. So, you know, this is my 2016 Cub XT2. It's got a 54-inch fab deck. It's got the 25 horse Kohler with the smart choke, like it. It uses a push button key. And it goes right in there, and you just push it and hold it for a second, and she starts right up. So, yep, the Kohler filters are expensive. I did a little bit of research, took me 20 minutes to figure out that we used to have a 1999 Plymouth Sundance with a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder in it. And it took a Mopar 4105-409, which cross-references to PH 3614, and when you take the Kohler numbers, or the Cub Cadet numbers, and you go to Fram and you cross-reference them, or any other, you just type it in the internet, it comes up with all these different oil filters that work. So no, I don't pay $6 for a Cub Cadet or a Kohler oil filter. I'm going to use up this one here that I've had for, we haven't had the car since 97, 98. We haven't had it. I've got one more left, and when I get to 5 hours on our new one there, that's going to get changed. And I looked on the Kohler website, or Cub Cadet website. It says that you can use 550, so what I've decided to do, is because this is an older, it's, like I said, it's a 16. I've had it since 16. And I don't know if you can see I wash it. Every once in a while I give it a bath, and I wipe it down and blow it off. And I don't understand, too, these other people, they have all these problems with things. And they do a tutorial on how to change the oil, and the first thing they do is when you look, there's dirt, dust, crap everywhere. So instead of this having that plug, this has just got a hose that's screwed into the block and comes out, and it's got a plug on the end, and I just stick it to a gallon jug and let it drain. I take my towels, put them underneath the filter there, unscrew the filter. This one here came with that drain plug on it. I've got the hose that I stow up in there so it doesn't get lost and I don't lose it. Same thing, I'm going to take it, put the hose on it, put the gallon jug right there. But everyone makes a big deal about turning the wheels, jacking it up, putting it up on blocks, just all kinds of silly stuff. So made myself some decals. I got a decal maker and a buddy that does them, and got something to put on this one too. Just wanted to spruce it up a little bit, but I don't know, just wanted to do a short little thing on it. It's really not that hard. Like I said, this thing's got 100 hours on it. Change the oil every summer. I've got an acre and a half that I mow once a week. I take it out to our property and mow the road and different things once in a while. That's why we got that one, so that one can stay out there now, and this one's going to stay here at the house. I put a plug in it, and last summer I had new blades put on it, and it was cheaper for me to just let them put the blades on it. It's warranted. They took care of it. If anything goes wrong, I can go back to the garden center I bought it from in Cadillac, Michigan, and they'll take care of it. So it's a little simple thing on what I do. You know, you can use 1030, You can use 530, you can use 1040, you just use whatever oil you want. It's to me it's a gimmick that it's specialty oil and stuff. So that's all. Just a quick little ditty on how easy I find things, and I don't understand why people make such a big to-do about stuff. That's like adjusting your deck. I don't understand. If you pay attention to what you're doing, my neighbor, he had let a guy help him change his blades. Now it doesn't cut right. It's all wacky. This way, if I take it somewhere and they don't do it right, I can call them up and complain to them about it and have them fix it. And I don't have to worry about monkeying with it. In my old age, I don't like monkeying with stuff. But that's her. That's how clean I keep it. We've already had that one for 3 weeks, and I've mowed 2 hours with it, and you can't even tell. This one's got 100 hours on it, and it's a 16. And the other thing, too, is people complain about batteries all the time. It's the original battery. It's the original battery that came in this thing. I put it on the charger in the spring. And, you know, the biggest thing is you see people all the time. They put the key in and they start it. And they let it run for a second and then they shut it off. These things aren't like a car. They don't have an alternator. So it doesn't charge the battery up. So you start it, shut it off, start it, shut it off. You're never giving that battery a chance to charge up, and then you put it away for a while. And, you know, you start these things, you got to let them run. They have stators, you know. It's a 25-horse engine. Do you see a alternator anywhere there? So it takes time to charge that battery back up. And I don't know. I take care of my stuff, and it lasts me for years. These two will be the last two mowers that I probably will ever buy in my lifetime. I bought cheap before, and they would last 8 years. So we ended up spending more money, and I've already got that time out of them, and I think more to come. I don't know. Just take care of your stuff, and it just doesn't seem like people take care of things anymore. So that's all. I hope everyone has a good life because of how things are going. It's June 2022, and yeah, to fill that 3-gallon gas tank up cost me $18. Ridiculous. $18 to mow my lawn, plus the oil. You know, everyone's complaining about the gas. What about oil filters? Try buying that oil filter. Cost me years ago, well, $3.70. Actually, it's not too bad. That's kind of what they are for the cheap ones there. But if you get the extended ones, then you're going up into $6 or more. And then the oil, used to be able to buy a quart of oil for $2 a quart. You know, now that's $6 a quart. So that's the other thing. People aren't, you know, they don't think about the associated costs with taking care of your equipment. Tube of grease now is ridiculous. You know, so yeah, the gas, diesel for that. A lot of money, but also all the associated things that go along with trying to keep up your equipment too has more than doubled. And that's what people forget to talk about. You know, so I bought 5 quarts of that because I also going to put it in the every other year I siphon out my transaxle. I don't take it out and dump it. I just siphon out as much as I can and then replace about the same amount I took out. And I use that because they call for a 550 type oil lubricant. So I just use Castrol Edge because that seems to be the only one that's got 550. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start hoarding and scarfing up a couple quarts here and there, so that should it not become available, or I like using it, and that's what I'm going to continue to use because I'm having good luck with it. That's what I'm going to use in these 2 riders. I use Shell Rotella full synthetic and the tractor there, and then in all my vehicles I use the Shell Rotella truck. The 5W20, which I'm having a hard time finding too. was getting on Amazon. It was a great deal. And Amazon, our past 4 orders, it's been unavailable and I can't find it in the store. I have enough to get me through the rest of this year, and probably 1 oil change for the 3 vehicles in the springtime. So hopefully by then it'll be available. So, all right. Well, I hope everyone is doing well, and I just want to do some of these things because I just find it funny how people make a big deal about stuff. And maintenance shouldn't be a big deal. Just taking care of your equipment and finding things on the internet. And, I know I say "and" a lot, but at least I'm not saying basically. Basically, you pull the dipstick out. What else would you do with the dipstick? Sit there and look at it? Dipstick? All right. This is the last time. Peace, everybody.